Why did BJP won the historic number of seats in Maharashtra Assembly election? Why did people vote for BJP in spite of so many odds? Why no poll of polls could tell you that they would cross 110 or 120 at max? Why nobody said that agrarian distress would be shielded by BJP's clever campaign management? What was the underlying factor? What were factors that could sum up Maharashtra's election and BJP's landslide victory? A vote share of almost 27%, a strike rate of 89%, unprecedented in Maharashtra. Maharashtra is not UP, but then Maharashtra did what UP did in 2022. What made Maharashtra come out in large number? What made Maharashtra people sideline caste census and reservation and Maratha reservation, ye jati wo jati, and vote and rally under the umbrella of Hindutva? I'm going to tell you in very short but things that really helped BJP win this election and how. Number one, the undercurrent. What is the undercurrent? Everyone is talking about it, wondering whether it is Ladki Behan Yojana or whether it is Batenge to Katenge or whether it is the counter-polarization. Well, the one and only undercurrent, the underlying factor, the silent wave as you call it, was the fear. The fear amongst the majority of Hindus that Batenge and Katenge is not a narrative. It's a reality. What happened in Bangladesh was broadcasted and seen by one and all. The message was taken to every house. The questions asked were that if regime change had to happen in Bangladesh, why Hindus had to die? Why genocidal calls for Hindus were given from mosques? Why daughters and women of the houses were raped and butchered? Why mandirs were vandalized? Regime change had nothing to do with that. And why none of the opposition party condemned it. They wrote long letters on Gaza. We heard Jai Palestine in parliament. But none spoke about Hindus in Bangladesh. RSS worked on the ground, that's true. They went house to house asking people to come out and vote. Vote for the country, that's true. But they also asked to vote for your survival. They also asked you to vote for a government which will not let Bangladesh happen in Maharashtra. The question was simple. Would you want Maharashtra to become Bangladesh? And Maharashtra has seen Islamic terror from close quarters. We have seen riots. We have seen the gang wars. We have seen how politics plays in between all this. The only casualty that we remember were the common Mumbaikars and the Maharashtrians. We didn't want that to happen. And as a Maharashtrian, as a Mumbaikar, I can tell you that it resonated really well. We didn't want to live or even imagine a future where our homes could be a Waqf properties. Or what happened in Bangladesh to the Bangladeshi Hindus could happen to us. It seemed like a real truth. It seemed like a real danger. So that worked. And that's why the Hindus came out in large numbers and voted. And that is shown in the voter turnout percentage. Now, the question is, was it all? No, it wasn't all. The other questions were, of course, about the agrarian distress. The government solved it by announcing different schemes, by relaxing the norms, by using the schemes as Bhavantar Yojana, talking to people and making sure that the distressed houses of farmers got the benefit of Ladki Behan Yojana. And each house got the money in the fastest possible way. The execution was super fast and super smooth. And it did just go to one woman in the family. It went to the how many women were there in the family. So the money was ultimately coming to the house, to that particular house where there was agrarian distress. So if they could not solve the entire problem of the farmers, they solved the problem of their purchasing power. That was a smart move, I would say. The best possible in the given time after the Lok Sabha debacle. That worked. So two things were taken care of. Your survival, your identity, and your basic day-to-day issues of berozgari and mehengai. Ultimately, money was coming to your hand. So the government was solving the two problems that were in hand. And that's why when the counter proposals were given by the Maha Vikas Aghadi, this didn't ring a bell. People were very clear what to do. In Mumbai, roads were getting more and more congested because of encroachment. Main roads, highway roads, traffic takes forever. It's a real threat. If anybody could do something about it, solve the problem, the only party came across was BJP. or Mahayuti. And regarding the legacy for Uddhav Thackeray and Shiv Sena Shinde camp, in my opinion, I can sum up in one sentence. People wanted to see Uddhav Thackeray as Hindu Hriday Samrat Uddhav Thackeray. What came across was a Janab Uddhav Thackeray. And this is where he lost the battle. Also, another factor that worked for Shinde Sena's favor was that he had most of the local Chhatraps or the regional leaders. Now, the third alliance partner, NCP. How did NCP, Ajit Pawar, dismantled Sharad Pawar's NCP? When it looked like that the verdict of the people were still divided. That's because Ajit Pawar's fraction also had the local Chhatraps. Chhatraps who have invested and has interest in various businesses across their constituencies. And this was a real deal for them to win this election. They didn't have much to lose in Lok Sabha election. They didn't have much stakes. But this time the stakes were higher than ever. If they lost it, they would have lost their businesses too. And that is why winning elections was important. And that is why you see the Chhatraps winning and coming back again in the assembly, repeating their seats. Whereas Sharad Pawar got new players. He had kept only two criteria. He wanted a candidate who was known in the constituency and one who could fund his own entire election. And that's where Ajit Pawar won. So what do we learn from Maharashtra election at the end? The lesson for BJP could be, play on your own turf. Hindutva is the plank. Do what you did in Haryana, do what you did in Maharashtra. You do that in Delhi, you'll see the difference. Do that in Bihar, you'll see the difference. Lesson for Uddhav Thackeray? Never compromise on the ideology. The fake narratives, emotional card can win you election once, but it doesn't stay for long. The only hope for Uddhav Thackeray is to go back to its original roots, because then only his politics survives a bit. Then only Aditya Thakeray's politics flourishes. Then only the Thackeray clan survives. The lesson for Ajit Pawar: start your own type of politics away from Pawar politics of breaking, making alliances and being the kingmaker somehow. The era of Jod Tod ki Rajniti is over. You have to choose your ideologies. And that ideology cannot be just business interests for long term. Do let me know how you like my analysis. If you like it, please like and subscribe. And let me know your feedback in the comments below. Thank you and Jai Shri Ram.